Here's a truth many men ignore. Women's intimate history can subtly influence the way they behave, communicate, and connect with men. Some signs are obvious, but others are hidden in habits, energy, and subtle behaviors that most men miss entirely. Recognizing these signs isn't about judgment. It's about understanding patterns so you can navigate relationships with clarity, awareness, and self-respect. Welcome to the channel, where we break down female psychology in ways most men never get to hear. Today, we're uncovering 7 hidden signs that indicate a woman has slept with a lot of men. These aren't stereotypes or assumptions. They're behavioral and psychological patterns rooted in human nature and experience. Paying attention to these signals gives you insight into her past, how she approaches intimacy, and how you should manage your expectations. Most men make the mistake of assuming that attraction, flirtation, or casual openness is proof of exclusivity or commitment. Women with extensive intimate experience often display behaviors that are influenced by familiarity with intimacy, confidence, and emotional dynamics that differ from less experienced women. Understanding these differences helps you avoid misreading signals, falling for illusions, or investing emotionally in ways that aren't reciprocated. Some of these signs are subtle, like the way she approaches conversation, handles boundaries, or reacts to physical attention. Others are more apparent in patterns of behavior, social interactions, and emotional responses. The key is to observe carefully, look for consistency, and combine multiple signs rather than relying on one alone. This knowledge isn't about shaming or labeling, it's about empowerment. Men who can read these patterns gain clarity, protect their emotional energy, and make informed choices in dating and relationships. Being aware allows you to set boundaries, understand her behavior, and decide whether she aligns with what you're seeking. Throughout this video, we'll cover 7 hidden signs that give away a woman who has slept with a lot of men. Each sign will show you what to look for, how it manifests, and what it really means for you as a man navigating modern dating. Observing these patterns equips you with understanding and insight that most men never notice until it's too late. By the end, you'll be able to read her behavior with confidence, protect your heart, and make decisions that serve your value and dating goals. Pay attention, stay analytical, and notice how these signals appear consistently, because the truth isn't always obvious, but it's there for those who know where to look. 1. Confidence inherent in her behavior. The first hidden sign is confidence in her behavior. Women who have slept with a lot of men often exhibit a natural ease and comfort around intimacy. This isn't arrogance. It's a relaxed, self-assured energy that shows she's familiar with attraction, flirting, and sexual dynamics. Men can sense it immediately. She doesn't need constant validation or approval because she already knows her value and how to navigate male attention. This confidence is noticeable in the way she interacts socially. She moves through rooms, conversations, and interactions with ease. She can hold attention without effort and doesn't feel the need to overcompensate to be liked. Men often mistake this for flirtation or arrogance, but it's actually a byproduct of experience. It also shows in how she communicates. She can joke, tease, and engage with multiple men without seeming insecure. She's comfortable setting boundaries while still being playful, which signals familiarity with social and sexual dynamics. This is different from a woman who is shy, cautious, or hesitant because she's inexperienced. Her comfort level feels natural and automatic. Physical presence is another indicator. Women with experience carry themselves with controlled body language, subtle cues of awareness, and ease around male attention. Their posture, eye contact, and gestures signal that they understand social dynamics and can navigate them confidently. Men notice these cues subconsciously, even if they can't pinpoint exactly why she feels different from others. Men often misinterpret this confidence as a signal that she is easy or immediately available. That's a mistake. Her confidence is not an invitation. It's a reflection of experience. Understanding this distinction is crucial because it allows you to interpret her behavior correctly without projecting assumptions or insecurities. Finally, her confidence often extends to her comfort with conversation about relationships and sexuality. She doesn't shy away from discussing her experiences lightly or acknowledging past connections. It's not oversharing. It's a calm, matter-of-fact energy that comes from experience and comfort with her own sexuality. Recognizing this sign allows men to read her behavior more accurately. Confidence in behavior is not proof of commitment or lack of value, but it signals familiarity with intimacy and attraction. Observing how she navigates interactions with men, how she carries herself, and how she communicates provides insight into her past experiences and emotional patterns. 2. Relaxed attitude toward flirtation. The second hidden sign is a relaxed attitude toward flirtation. Women who have slept with a lot of men often display comfort with playful, suggestive, or teasing interactions. They don't overthink male attention, react defensively, or become shy when flirting occurs. Instead, they handle it naturally, with ease and a sense of control. This relaxed energy signals experience and familiarity, and men instinctively notice it. Most men mistake flirtation for interest or availability. A woman can engage in teasing, playful banter, or even mild sexual tension without it meaning she is emotionally invested or seeking commitment. Women with sexual experience have learned to enjoy attention without attachment, maintaining boundaries while still creating engaging energy. This is a stark contrast to women who are inexperienced and may overreact, misread signals, or shy away from flirtation. Her relaxed flirtation is visible in both conversation and body language. She may maintain prolonged eye contact, laugh at subtle jokes, or use small touches casually. These actions are natural for her because she is confident in navigating male attention and doesn't feel threatened by it. Men often interpret these cues incorrectly, assuming they are signals of exclusivity or deep interest. In reality, they are a reflection of experience, comfort, and social awareness. Another key aspect is how she handles multiple sources of attention. Women who have been with many men are typically comfortable in group social settings. She can engage multiple men at once without insecurity, showing playful energy without appearing desperate or needy. Her mental and emotional space is broad enough to handle attention gracefully, and she doesn't rely on constant validation from a single source. This relaxed attitude often extends to digital communication as well. Texting, messaging, or social media interactions may include playful banter or teasing with different men, yet she maintains composure and consistency. She doesn't overanalyze every message, over-apologize, or seek reassurance. This ease comes from repeated exposure to male attention and knowing how to navigate it confidently. Men often make the mistake of chasing validation or testing boundaries with women who display this behavior. Instead of reacting, it's crucial to observe patterns over time. A relaxed flirtation style combined with other signs of experience, confidence, comfort with intimacy, and controlled energy paints a clear picture of her sexual history without needing explicit confirmation. Finally, this sign is subtle but cumulative. One playful comment doesn't tell you much, but repeated, relaxed, confident flirtation over weeks or months indicates familiarity with male attention and comfort in social and sexual dynamics. Men who notice this can read the energy accurately, avoid misinterpretation, and make informed decisions about emotional investment. Recognizing a relaxed attitude toward flirtation is about observation and pattern recognition. Women who display it naturally are experienced, self-assured, and emotionally balanced around intimacy, which is a strong indicator of a more extensive sexual past. 3. Strong sense of independence. The third hidden sign is a strong sense of independence. Women who have slept with a lot of men often carry themselves with emotional, social, and personal autonomy. They are used to living life on their own terms, making decisions without seeking constant validation, and maintaining personal boundaries confidently. This independence signals experience, self-assuredness, and emotional maturity, all of which men can notice immediately. Independence manifests in multiple ways. First, in decision-making and lifestyle choices. She doesn't rely on anyone else to dictate her schedule, choices, or social life. She has routines, friendships, and priorities that she maintains regardless of romantic interest. A man may notice she isn't overly available or constantly seeking attention. This is a sign she values herself and her independence over dependence on male approval. Second, her emotional boundaries are clear and firm. Women with experience have learned how to manage intimacy without losing themselves. They know how to say no, assert their limits, and maintain control over how much they reveal emotionally. Emotional independence often makes them more confident in navigating relationships and interactions, giving them a presence that feels self-contained and in control. Another way this independence shows is through social adaptability. She can move between different social circles, interact with men casually, and navigate group dynamics without insecurity. This isn't about being flirty for attention. It's about comfort and experience in social and sexual dynamics. Men notice that she isn't easily swayed by peer pressure or external opinions, which is a strong indicator of autonomy. Financial or lifestyle independence is another subtle clue. Women with experience in sexual relationships often prioritize self-sufficiency, whether through career, social independence, or hobbies. They don't rely on men for validation or support, which sets them apart from women who may be newer to dating or intimacy. This independence adds to her allure, but also signals that she has navigated male attention extensively and confidently. Independence also appears in how she handles conflict or challenges. She is less reactive, less likely to over-explain, and more capable of managing her emotions calmly. This emotional resilience comes from experience, both life and sexual experience, and reflects a mindset shaped by navigating multiple interactions and relationships successfully. Men often misinterpret independence as disinterest, but it's actually a sign of emotional and social competence. Women with strong independence can engage intimately without compromising themselves or their values. They are selective in attachment, which is why independence is a major indicator of past experience. Finally, independence is cumulative with other signs. When combined with confidence, relaxed flirtation, and familiarity with attention, it reinforces the idea that she has experience with multiple partners. Observing her independence allows men to understand her behavior, set realistic expectations, and protect their emotional energy in modern dating. 4. Comfortable with sexual conversation. The fourth hidden sign is a woman's comfort with sexual conversation. Women who have slept with a lot of men tend to discuss sex, intimacy, or attraction with ease and confidence. This doesn't mean they overshare or boast. It means they are at ease with their experiences, their desires, and their knowledge of sexual dynamics. Men instinctively notice this comfort, even if it's subtle, because it reflects familiarity and emotional maturity. Most men misread sexual comfort as either flirtation or invitation. In reality, it's often a reflection of experience and confidence, not a direct indication of interest. Women who are comfortable discussing sexual topics casually are used to navigating attention and curiosity from multiple partners. They can talk openly without defensiveness, awkwardness, or insecurity, which sets them apart from less experienced women. Comfort with sexual conversation can appear in humor, teasing, or casual remarks. A woman may make jokes about dating, attraction, or sexual dynamics without embarrassment. She might comment on interactions or experiences in a way that feels effortless. Men often notice these comments because they carry a level of ease and fluency that comes from repeated experience. It's not about sharing explicit details. It's about confidence in discussing topics others might shy away from. Another indicator is her ability to navigate sensitive topics without overreacting. Women with experience can discuss intimacy, boundaries, or sexual history without guilt, defensiveness, or unnecessary explanation. They are used to managing conversations that could be uncomfortable for less experienced partners, which reflects a level of emotional intelligence tied to sexual familiarity. Comfort also extends to body language and energy during flirtatious or sexual discussions. She may maintain steady eye contact, relaxed posture, and natural tone of voice, signaling ease rather than tension. These subtle cues indicate that sexual topics do not intimidate her, and she is used to interacting with men in these contexts. Men sometimes misinterpret this as a signal of promiscuity or interest in them specifically. While it may correlate with experience, the key distinction is ease versus attachment. She can talk about intimacy openly without needing validation, without oversharing, and without blurring boundaries. This mental and emotional control is a hallmark of women who have navigated sexual experiences extensively. Comfort with sexual conversation often appears alongside other behavioral patterns such as confidence, independence, and relaxed flirtation. When these signs cluster together, it becomes clear that her familiarity with male attention and sexual experience is extensive. Men who observe this pattern gain insight into how she navigates intimacy, attention, and attraction. Ultimately, a woman who is comfortable discussing sexual topics is signaling experience, self-assurance, and emotional balance. Men who notice this can better understand her behaviors, anticipate her responses, and make informed decisions about emotional and sexual investment. It's a subtle but powerful indicator of her past, and it shapes the way she interacts with men in the present. 5. Casual attitude toward intimacy. The fifth hidden sign is a casual attitude toward intimacy. Women who have slept with a lot of men often approach physical and emotional closeness without overthinking or overreacting. This doesn't mean they are careless. It means they are comfortable with intimacy, understand boundaries, and can separate physical connection from emotional dependency. Men often notice this behavior because it feels different from someone who is inexperienced or emotionally dependent. Most men misread casual intimacy as a signal of disinterest, unavailability, or even promiscuity. In reality, women with experience often view intimacy as a natural, enjoyable aspect of human connection. They are confident in their desires, and they engage without anxiety, guilt, or over-explanation. This comfort creates an ease in their interactions, making them appear self-assured and emotionally balanced. Casual intimacy is visible in physical interactions. A woman may be relaxed in touch, unbothered by proximity, or confident in how she expresses affection. She doesn't overanalyze every gesture or wait for constant reassurance. Men notice that her physical presence feels natural, grounded, and self-contained, signs that she is familiar with navigating closeness with multiple partners. This attitude also appears in emotional interactions. Women with experience are less likely to overinvest too quickly, panic over small disagreements, or seek immediate validation after intimate moments. They maintain emotional control and can engage without attachment or fear. This balance signals that she is comfortable with her choices and understands the dynamics of sexual and romantic experiences. Another key indicator is her response to flirtation or sexual tension. Women who are experienced handle these situations with ease. They can joke, tease, or flirt without escalating drama. She doesn't react with insecurity or overcompensation, which reflects familiarity with male attention and emotional self-management. Men often interpret this calm approach as a subtle sign of past experience. Her casual attitude toward intimacy also extends to conversation about relationships and sex. She may discuss past experiences lightly, express opinions on attraction, or make observational comments about dating dynamics without discomfort. This level of comfort demonstrates that she has been exposed to multiple partners and can navigate these topics without guilt or defensiveness. Men often fear that casual intimacy signals lack of respect or care. The truth is the opposite. It signals emotional maturity and self-assurance, which are traits cultivated through experience. Women who have slept with multiple partners learn to manage their energy, attention, and responses, making them more confident in both sexual and emotional dynamics. Finally, casual intimacy is often paired with other signs: confidence, independence, comfort with flirtation, and ease with sexual conversation. Together, these behaviors create a consistent pattern that indicates experience. Men who notice this pattern gain clarity about her past, her comfort with intimacy, and how to navigate a relationship with awareness and self-respect. Understanding a casual attitude toward intimacy helps men read behaviors accurately, avoid misinterpretation, and protect their emotional energy. It's a subtle but powerful signal of sexual experience and emotional self-management. 6. Observant and experienced in social dynamics. The sixth hidden sign is a woman who is observant and experienced in social dynamics. Women who have slept with a lot of men tend to read social situations quickly, understand unspoken cues, and adapt their behavior effortlessly. This skill isn't learned overnight. It develops through repeated exposure to male attention, dating interactions, and intimate experiences. Men often notice that she seems to know what's happening in a room, conversation, or situation before it's even explicit. Most men underestimate the subtle power of social intelligence. Women with sexual experience are often skilled at navigating flirtation, attraction, and male behavior without overcomplicating things. They can tell when someone is genuinely interested versus when someone is just being polite or manipulative. This awareness allows them to maintain control, manage attention, and subtly guide interactions to their comfort level. Being observant appears in body language and subtle cues. She notices gestures, tone, and facial expressions that most people overlook. A man might think he's being casual, but she already understands his intentions, interest level, and emotional state. This insight comes from experience. She has encountered similar signals with multiple partners and has developed a mental pattern for recognizing them quickly. Another aspect is her ability to maintain composure and poise in social or potentially flirtatious situations. She doesn't overreact, blush excessively, or panic when male attention shifts. Instead, she handles interactions smoothly, often injecting humor, charm, or subtle teasing at the right moment. Men notice this natural balance of confidence and adaptability, which signals both social and sexual experience. Her observant nature also shows in group dynamics. She can interact with multiple men simultaneously, gauge who is interested, who is challenging, and who can be ignored, all without losing her composure. This isn't manipulative. It's an automatic byproduct of familiarity with male attention and experience managing attraction in social contexts. Experience in social dynamics also translates to conversation skills. Women who have slept with many men often understand how to pace discussions, reveal information gradually, and engage others without oversharing. They know how to create intrigue and maintain curiosity while managing emotional exposure, which makes them more attractive and harder to read. Men often misinterpret her observant behavior as calculating or distant, but it's usually a reflection of awareness and self-protection. She has learned from past experiences how to maintain boundaries, enjoy attention, and navigate attraction safely. This skill is subtle but cumulative, showing up in consistency across interactions, energy, and presence. Finally, being observant and socially experienced often reinforces other signs, like confidence, relaxed flirtation, and comfort with intimacy. When a man notices these patterns together, he gains a clear understanding of her past experiences and how she manages male attention. Observing her social intelligence allows men to interpret behaviors accurately, avoid misreading signals, and maintain emotional clarity. Recognizing a woman's skill in social dynamics is subtle but powerful. It signals experience, emotional intelligence, and familiarity with male attention that most men don't immediately notice. 7. Emotional resilience and control. The seventh hidden sign is emotional resilience and control. Women who have slept with a lot of men often demonstrate a calm, steady demeanor in situations where others might overreact. They have learned how to manage attention, rejection, and flirtation without letting emotions spiral out of control. This doesn't mean they are cold or detached. It means they know how to regulate their responses and maintain balance, which is a hallmark of experience. Most men misread emotional restraint as disinterest or detachment. In reality, women with experience have been exposed to multiple interactions and know how to keep themselves centered. They can engage with men intimately, flirt playfully, or handle tension without letting insecurity dictate their behavior. This emotional control is attractive because it signals maturity, confidence, and self-awareness, all qualities that make them stand out. Resilience is often visible in how she handles challenges or setbacks. For example, if a man loses interest, she doesn't overreact or beg for attention. If plans go differently than expected, she adapts gracefully. Women with this level of emotional control have learned that their worth isn't dependent on validation from others, which makes their presence in a relationship or interaction calm yet compelling. Another indicator is how she handles boundaries. Experienced women know how to say no without guilt and can assert their limits confidently. They are aware of their comfort zones and navigate intimacy without unnecessary drama. This ability to maintain emotional equilibrium while still engaging in flirtation, attention, or intimacy makes her both intriguing and reliable, an unusual combination that naturally draws men in. Her resilience also shows in conversation and social engagement. She can discuss past experiences, sexual topics, or relationship dynamics without embarrassment or defensiveness. Men notice that she responds with calm humor, curiosity, and thoughtful engagement rather than insecurity or overexposure. This emotional steadiness indicates that she has navigated male attention many times before and understands how to interact without losing composure. Emotional resilience often reinforces other patterns, such as confidence, independence, and comfort with intimacy. Men observing these behaviors see a consistent personality, someone who is secure, self-aware, and capable of managing attention and attraction without becoming needy or reactive. This consistency builds fascination because it signals a woman who is emotionally stable, experienced, and in control of her interactions. Finally, emotional resilience creates a sense of predictable unpredictability. She engages fully, but she doesn't overinvest emotionally in every interaction. Men are drawn to this energy because it balances intensity with calmness, excitement with stability. It subtly encourages mental and emotional engagement, which fosters obsession and keeps her presence memorable. Recognizing emotional resilience and control helps men understand her behavior, avoid misreading signals, and maintain emotional clarity. Women who exhibit this sign have experience managing male attention and intimacy, which makes their interactions confident, measured, and highly revealing of a past filled with sexual experience. Understanding these hidden signs gives men clarity in dating and relationships. Confidence, relaxed flirtation, independence, comfort with sexual conversation, casual intimacy, social awareness, and emotional resilience all reveal a woman's experience without judgment. Recognizing these patterns allows you to interpret behavior accurately, protect your emotional energy, and navigate interactions with confidence. This isn't about shaming or labeling, it's about awareness and understanding. By observing these behaviors consistently, you gain insight into her past, her comfort with attention, and her approach to intimacy. Knowledge empowers you to make informed choices and engage with women in a way that respects both your value and hers.